Hi, everybody. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about MEP and Access Credit Union and Casera Credit Union. Today is June 29th, 2023, and this is my daily update as promised. All right, so um, we're going to talk about the no income declaration form first. So, back a couple weeks ago, I won't even say a couple weeks ago, I guess about a couple weeks ago, Olu for Maintenance Enforcement sent me a no income declaration. So I filled it out and I sent it back to him. No issues with that, except he came back on June 23rd with it is incomplete and I need a signature, um, an, a commissioner of oaths or somebody to sign it saying it was legit. All right. Well, I wrote back to him saying, okay, well, how do I get this done? Because you froze my bank account, so I don't have any money to pay anybody for the signatures, and most people out there require payment. Um, Dolores, who's Olo's supervisor, wrote back saying, giving me some ideas, and we'll talk about that further in other posts. Um, but for today, I'll tell you the route I went. So I contacted Daniel Blaikie's office in Elmwood in Winnipeg, and um, just so you guys know, first of all, send them an email letting you know or letting them know you're coming. Um, but they've got certain hours, and their drop-ins apparently are Tuesdays and Thursdays. I went on the Wednesday not knowing this, and the lady there was extremely good. She signed the document, taking a huge stress relief off me for at least an hour or two before I talked to maintenance enforcement again. Uh, but anyway, so I just want to send a big thank you out to Daniel Blaikie's office and the lady there who I'm gonna um, keep nameless because I don't know if she wants her name on YouTube and but regardless, there's a commissioner of oaths there, um, and if anybody needs, uh, try going there. Um, if you run into the same situation as I have, uh, the lady there is really nice, really good, and a big thank you to Daniel Blaikie for providing such services. All right. Um, so I got that done for MEP. I sent it off to them this morning, which kickstarted a huge chain of emails. So, first of all, from the email chain, so I sent the declaration back to them signed. Dolores writes back that she's been trying to get a hold of me via phone, and well, I'm very hesitant in regards to anything legal on the phone. I would rather see stuff in writing, and I told her as much. So I said, we can communicate through email. Well, she sent me this big spiel on what the program's mandates are and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of looked at it and went, huh. Basically, you're trying to push a power trip on me. Um, but part of the email chain, it uh, it was pretty interesting because a few things came out of that. So she indicated on how emails had been sent, or sorry, not emails, information in regards to MEP program had been sent to me in January. Um, and I called her out on it and I said to her, I have January and maybe February, I have to reread the email. But I said, I didn't receive anything. And given the fact that the other party's saying that they haven't received it, and I've said that right from the time I started talking to maintenance enforcement end of February, beginning of March. I've been saying that right from the get-go. For months now I've been saying that. And for months they have refused to resend me the information that I have said on numerous occasions that I have not received. Um, the other piece to that is she said that the no income declaration is incomplete. They need other information. And I said to her, well, you know what? To me, that sounds like an excuse because, okay, maybe they do need more information. But if that was the case, why didn't Olu say what exactly they needed in the June 23rd email where I had sent the income declaration to them without a Commissioner of Oath's signature. And he wrote back, it's incomplete. You need a Commissioner of Oath's signature. Why in that email did he not state that I also need certain things? Why, with only 4 hours left before the deadline that he gave me of June 30th, do I still not have the information I need in order to complete this thing? They still have not gotten back to me on what else is needed. And I indicated that to her. And she said that they're not allowed to send information via email because they don't have an authorization for me to do so. Well, in that same, you would think that having said that would trigger her to send an authorization form, but I haven't received that either. So that has led to all these sorry, just a second. These three things combined has led to me submitting a new human rights a human rights complaint to the Manitoba Human Rights Commission. So here we've got um, the new form. The complainant is me. We've already done that on other forms. The respondent this time is the Manitoba Enforcement Program and Manitoba government because Maintenance Enforcement Program is a subsidiary of the Manitoba government. They're regulated by the Manitoba government. I put Manitoba government on there. Maintenance Enforcement is also enforcing an order that was put in place while I was on Legal Aid Manitoba, client of Legal Aid Manitoba, but the for a custody trial. But at the custody trial, Legal Aid Manitoba still had not been able to appoint me a lawyer. The judge there said that, well, the trial's going to go ahead anyways. So my constitutional rights under 15.1 and 15.2 of the Canadian Constitution were violated at that custody trial. This order was put into place as a result of that trial, and now maintenance enforcement is enforcing an order that violated my Canadian constitutional rights, and now is refusing me information and refusing me services. What else could be concluded but the Manitoba government is deliberately attacking me through financial and legal means. So the respondent is, as I mentioned, Manitoba Enforcement Program and the Manitoba government. Um, to describe the protected characteristics on which you believe discrimination was based. Um, Source of income, I put no income. Political association or activities, I put advocacy for the Constitution, and that should say and democracy through my YouTube channel, which I believe that they are attacking, is part of the reason why they're attacking me, because on how outspoken I am with things. Disability, well, the reason the children aren't with me now is because CFS accused me of having a disability, and instead of the Manitoba government actually saying, "Well, do you have any proof of this?" Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we should actually wait until this person has a lawyer before we continue with the trial. They went ahead with the trial, believed CFS. But you know what? The funny part about that is, say somebody does have a disability. Say that they aren't able to care for the kids, hypothetically. Okay? This is strictly hypothetical here. So let's just hypothetically say that. Do you think that they would have the ability then to represent themselves in a legal trial? Well, okay, clearly I'm no idiot here, right? So, um to me, this seems very discriminatory, very biased, and from my perspective, the Manitoba government um, decided that they were going to target me. Now, if they actually believed CFS on this, and that is a big if they actually believe CFS on this, then that would mean that they are discriminating against people with disabilities by denying them services that the Canadian Constitution has um, has put in writing and is part of our legal should well it is part of our legal system. Whether it is actually held up in the legal system is another story. But I mean, what is happening in Manitoba in the family justice system should be considered criminal, because the Manitoba government and um, and the judges slash justices in the King of Courts bench through and I don't know if I'm the only person that this is happening to or if it's multiple people, but stuff like this occurring is hurting children, it's hurting the parents, and um it should be considered criminal. I mean, people do have a right under the human rights code for to have family. But when this judge decided that I wasn't even entitled to a lawyer, my children were taken from me. This order was put in place. Now maintenance enforcement is creating a hostile situation for me. And okay, but I'm kind of digressing here in regards to Manitoba maintenance enforcement, and I want to try and stay on topic here. So um, we're going to move on to E. So areas which discrimination occurred is services, because they're refusing to help me out with information in regards to maintenance enforcement, and they're also refusing to um, work with me to try and get that income no income declaration um, form completed, and well, it is completed as far as I know. But if they do need it more information, they haven't communicated to me what exactly they need. Purchase of the property. Well, because maintenance enforcement decided to freeze my account in February, my mortgage fell into default. My house insurance contract got canceled. I was on the TIPS program of Winnipeg property insurance or property tax, and of course now, because they froze my account, that bounced, and now I'm not eligible for that. Um, Now I since February, so end of April, beginning of May, I got to look at the exact date. But maintenance enforcement decided that they were going to unfreeze my account. 2 weeks later, Olu decides he's going to freeze it again. The only difference between when they unfroze it and when they froze it was after it unfroze, I did manage to get property insurance again. I did manage to get it set up. Not, I had a hell of a time finding a company that would actually let me do house insurance because of the broken contract in February, because of the actions maintenance enforcement took against me. Um, Now, after I got the house insurance set up, the bank was then would have been notified that house insurance had been reactivated, and so the bank being Casera Credit Union, which is amalgamating to become Access Credit Union. Now I'm thinking that because maintenance enforcement had a freeze on my account, and because Owen is on the mortgage, he would have known because probably Sarah Credit Union or Access Credit Union would have advised him that um, the property insurance was reactivated. I have got no doubt that maintenance enforcement somehow found out that um, I managed to get property insurance again, because that's the only difference in between those 2 weeks. Once, almost, oh, not even 24 hours after everything got finalized with the property insurance, maintenance enforcement reactivated the freeze on my account, ensuring that this new contract would again bounce. So this is why I'm putting in, one of the many reasons I'm putting in this complaint. So F, try type of discrimination based on one or more of the protected characteristics in Section D. Treated differently? Well, yeah, I was denied information and I've been denied services. You were harassed? Yes, I've been harassed by Olu, who's been taking um, measures against, or penalizing measures against me, disrupting my life, causing me long-term effects, which would be my credit rating. Um, you were not accommodated. Well, I've wrote Dolores um, back and forth this morning, and it's almost 1 o'clock, 3 hours to the end of the day, and the deadline that Olu gave is tomorrow, and I still haven't received information on what else they need for the no income declaration. So, yeah, I would say I was not accommodated. You feel you were retaliated against because you disclosed a human rights concern, or because you participated in a human rights complaint process? Absolutely. I've had a few human rights complaints now, and yeah, I do feel that I'm being discriminated against. All right, well, that is it for this video right now. Oh, and the last discriminatory event, well, that would have been today. So this is my complaint. This is what I'll be submitting along with the emails to the Manitoba Human Rights Commission. And I will show you guys the emails hopefully in tomorrow's video. I don't have them in the format I need right now in order to put them up. So hopefully we'll be able to go over them more tomorrow. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, you guys have a good day now.